So, you're thinking about moving over to Lakeway, Texas. Well, perfect. That's exactly what we're gonna cover in today's video. I'm gonna show you a couple different neighborhoods, a couple different price points, and just explain what's it like to live over here in Lakeway, Texas. With that being said, let's jump right into it. If this is your first time to my channel and you want to know everything there is to know about living in Austin, Texas, then make sure you subscribe and tap the bell for notifications to keep up with Austin's market. With that being said, my name is Blake. I'm with the Living in Austin, Texas team, and we get calls every single day from people just like you looking for help on making the move down to Austin, Texas, and we absolutely love it. Whether you're moving in 9 days or 90 days, don't hesitate to give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email. We'd love to help you make a smooth move down to Austin. With that being said, as you can see, I'm down here right on Lake Travis. We are in the Rough Hollow community. This is a master plan community here in Lakeway, and we are currently at the Rough Hollow Marina. So they've got this awesome community pool with an infinity edge. We've got an actual marina where you can be a boat club member. You could park your boat here. And then of course, you know, we've got the beautiful homes along the cliff, but the water is a little low. However, that's not gonna make you not wanna still go out on the lake. It's hot out here today. We're in the low 80s, so it's already starting to warm up. Man, does that water look good to go for a nice swim in today. With that being said, we're gonna show you a couple different homes and a couple different price ranges today. We're gonna jump right into that right now. Let's get after it. So, we are in our first neighborhood. This is the Preserve. This is just east of 620. This is a subdivision. And so the Preserve is the subdivision, but there's all these mini subdivisions inside the Preserve, and we are in one of those. So over here, there's no sidewalks, no street parking. The homes are smaller. Rather, other areas of the Preserve, you've got these, larger lots or more sidewalks and whatnot. So this is not just the Preserve you're seeing, is what I'm trying to say. Anyways, we are at our first house. It's actually right behind me. It's right under 540,000. It's 4 bedrooms, 3 baths, right around 2,100 square feet. Built in 2004, and that's gonna be right at $250 a square foot. Like I said, this is the low end of the Lakeway spectrum. If you're getting into this market, you're probably not gonna find anything. It's tough to find, actual single family home below 500,000, but a starter home you can find in Old Lakeway or some pockets of these subdivisions for around 500. Like I said, we're right off 620, so 620 is gonna be your main drag. Maybe 2 minutes from HEB. We've got restaurants right next to HEB all along 620. I'm talking restaurants, shopping, banks, dry cleaners, everything you can imagine. Once you get off of 620, it really becomes more residential. 620 is the place you're gonna wanna be, and we're right off of that. So you don't have to drive, like we're gonna go into Deep Lakeway, and to get back to 620, it's gonna maybe take a 10-minute drive just to get to 620. So that's something to keep in mind. Like I said, we're about 10 minutes from the lake. We've got trails all around here. As you can tell, I'm walking up these hills. The geography throughout Lakeway is the hill country. So constant hills going up and down, but that means there's some great views. Check behind me. They've got this awesome water tower that looks like a golf ball on a tee, which is super cool. That says Lakeway up there. But that being said, this subdivision, we're gonna drive around this specific area, but then I'm going to show you a couple other subdivisions inside of the Preserve, just to show you, there's not all these neighborhoods, look the same or don't have sidewalks, just to give you kind of a good idea of what the Preserve has to offer. That being said, let's get right into it. We are in our second neighborhood. We're back over here in Rough Hollow. We're gonna go a little bit deeper into what Rough Hollow has to offer. So Rough Hollow is, like I said, a ginormous master plan community. We still have new construction over here. We're actually going to see a new construction, but we have homes from 5,000 square feet plus that are, over $3 million to townhomes that are around 600,000. So we've got quite a mix. Like I said, this home we are coming up to is a brand new 2022 build. They're still finishing it up. It is 4 bedrooms, 3 baths, right around 2,400 square feet. It's right under 725,000, and it is right there. So now this over here is around $300 a square foot, but like I said, brand new construction in the Rough Hollow community. Now going into Rough Hollow a little bit further, like I said, we have a ton of community pools, outdoor tennis areas, hiking. We've got a marina, a restaurant, a actual kind of pavilion. They have a car show here sometimes. So it's a big community. There's a mixture from families to retirees, not too many single people, a couple here and there, mainly families over here. We are in the Lake Travis ISD. That is going to be Rough Hollow, Lakeway, everywhere in this Lakeway, Rough Hollow, Spicewood. We're almost in Spicewood, honestly. And this is all feeds into Lake Travis ISD. So going into the school district a little bit, Lake Travis ISD all feeds into Lake Travis High School. And it is one of the better high schools around in the Austin area. It has, from greater school standpoint, has fallen a little bit. The classroom size has gotten pretty large, but they are planning on building a new school eventually. But it's a great school nonetheless. More than 95% of students end up going to college. So if that's where you want your kiddos to do, then that's definitely a great school to send them to. They also have a great athletic program. Football is serious down here. Of course, football is serious down here, but they actually won 5 state championships in a row. We've got Baker Mayfield is from here, first overall pick in the NFL draft. Garrett Wilson, NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year this past year. So it's definitely a powerhouse. But it's not just football. There's all sorts of other sports, baseball, soccer, basketball. They're all very good. And then, if your kids aren't into sports, there's a ton, so many different clubs, activities. They've got it all. They've got an awesome performance art center. So it's definitely worth checking out and doing a tour if you are coming to check out the Lake Travis area. With that being said, we're gonna head over to Old Lakeway right now. So I will see you guys over there. Before we go to the final home, we are in Old Lakeway right now, but I wanted to show you what Lake Travis looks like and explain why it may look a little lower than usual. So Lake Travis right now, we're in a drought. It's one of 4 or 5 lakes, I'm blanking for a second, 4 or 5 lakes that make up the Colorado River that were dammed. And so some of the lakes, like Lake Austin, they maintain a constant level, but Lake Travis and Lake Buchanan fluctuate in their water levels. So right now, for the past 2 years, we haven't had a whole lot of rain, so the water is super low. However, you can still take your boat out and have fun on the lake. It's just not as full as it usually should be. But with that being said, I'm gonna throw up the drone, show you guys around, and we'll get over to our last and final home right now. So we are in our 3rd neighborhood. This is the heart of Lakeway. So this is Old Lakeway. This is where the premises of Lakeway actually started. It started out as a little lake town. It was mainly vacation homes and more retirees over here for years. But since 2000, the market has exploded over here. Lakeway, great place to live right along Lake Travis. That being said, we are at our final house. This house is super cool because they've got these live oak trees, which are all over Austin. Now it's 4 bedrooms, 3 baths, right around 2,000 square feet. It's a 2004 build, so newer. A lot of Lakeway homes can be built in the 70s, but then you'll have some infill between early 2000s, and then you'll have some new construction here and there. But that home actually has a pool as well, so that is great, because it gets boiling hot in the summer. But you'll find a lot of homes in the whole Lakeway area do have pools just because it is hot. And if they don't have a pool, if it's in a new subdivision, a lot of these new subdivisions can have community pools. One thing you'll notice driving around is we have a ton of dead tree branches, like the one right behind me in front of people's houses. The reason for that is we had another crazy winter storm. I know we had the one in 2021 where we had all that snow, but this one, that week, they call it that snowpocalypse. We call this one Treepocolypse we had in 2023. And the reason, I'm about to get run over. The reason for all these dead trees is that it was a massive ice storm. And so all of these, we have a lot of trees that don't lose their leaves. So all these trees had all this rain turned into ice that made the trees sag down. It was crazy how many tree branches were snapping throughout the whole week. That left a lot of branches still needed to be cleaned up. A lot of areas have been. Right now, we're in the end of March. This happened in February. So it's been, wait, this might have happened in, I'm getting confused now. I think this actually happened in January. Yeah, I think it's January, February. So a lot of areas have been cleaned up, but a lot of areas are still in the process, and that includes Lakeway over here. Another great thing about this location deep in Lakeway, we're about maybe 2 or 3 minutes away from Cafe Lago, which is one of the few great breakfast restaurants that are actually not off of 620. It's actually in Lakeway, so you don't even have to make your way to 620. You got a 2-minute drive to go get some brunch, which is really nice. Additionally, we're really close to the lake over here, so there's tons of marinas over here. You know, you can join a boat club if you don't have a boat, or you can buy a boat if that fits your needs. And then we also have Lakeway City Park that is super close. They have trails, dog parks, an actual playground, which is maybe 3-minute drive from here. And then additionally, we have all these different green belts throughout. We've got this one Lakeway green belt that actually has a waterfall and all these trails, which is, you know, awesome to go running on. But that's pretty much it. Lakeway over here, it's quiet. The one thing Old Lakeway doesn't have is sidewalks. So that's one thing to keep in mind. You'll notice, like in this neighborhood, we've got all these old trees over here. This whole area has been established. There really is no, you know, that new subdivision kind of feel. This feels like an established community over here, which it is. So that pretty much wraps up today's video about Lakeway. You know, if you guys have any questions or comments, make sure you drop them down below. And, you know, of course, if you're planning on making the move over here, don't hesitate to give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email. We'd love to help you make a smooth move down to Austin. That being said, we'll see you in the next one, or we'll see you here right in Austin, Texas. Oh, I almost forgot. I got to show you guys the neighborhood footage of Old Lakeway. So stick around if you guys want to see what Old Lakeway looks like. If not, we'll catch y'all in the next one.